Last time we discussed this. Even if a sadhu has many faults in him, but if he has this one quality of Krishna Sharanam, then he will be considered as a sadhu. We cannot decide based on secondary qualities that he is not a saintly person. So this one quality, if it is there, Krishna Sharanam, then one should be considered as a sadhu. We saw this shloka from Bhagavad Gita 9.30. This apichet sudracharo baste ananya bhag. So if he is doing his bhajan ananya bhag, then he will be considered as sadhu. Okay. Now, a person who criticizes a devotee, I think we have covered this also. So yes, we have covered this.
Yeah.
Okay. So now the quality of a devotee is that if he takes shelter of Lord Krishna and no one else, persons who announce I am a saintly are arrogant hypocrites. So how one can distinguish a real sadhu and a fake sadhu, pretender kind of, or hypocrite? So a person who chants the holy name and take shelter of Lord Krishna and no one else, becomes known by Lord Krishna's mercy as a saintly person. So who is a saintly person who takes shelter of holy name, means Krishna Ikshanam, all these things. So he is considered as sadhu. Only Lord Krishna's devotee and no one else are truly saintly. Persons who announce I am saintly are vain hypocrites. They are the incarnation of arrogance personified. So there are many so-called sadhus are there in modern age who used to say that means they show themselves like they are sadhu, but they are pretenders, and they are doing all these things for uh, earning livelihood and all these things for living and all these things. So they are like hypocrites. It is mentioned here. In a few brief words, the nature of a truly saintly person. So here it is mentioned the nature of a sadhu. We all know the third verse of Shikshashtakam na Trinadapi Sunichena Taror Api Sahishuna Amanina Manadena Kirtanya Sadhari. So same thing is mentioned here. Someone who keeps the holy name of Lord Krishna in his mouth and who says, I am just a poor person who has taken shelter of Lord Krishna is a true saintly person. So, this is the quality of a saintly person, sadhu. He always used to chant the holy name of the Lord, and he considered himself a poor person, and everything with him is given by Lord only. So, he considered himself, means he is like a kinchan. A person who keeps a straw between his teeth, who thinks of himself as a lowly person, who is tolerant like a tree, who does not strive to receive honor from others, who gives honor to everyone, and who keeps Lord Krishna's holy name in his mouth, has the power to make others fall in love with Lord Krishna. So, this is the nature of a sadhu. uh, we all know this that pastime is there na. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was there, and Rup Goswami, Sanatan Goswami, they approached Chaitanya Mahaprabhu keeping straw in his mouth. So keeping straw in mouth, it's a sign of a uh, showing himself as a low person. We see this animals na, they what they eat this straw and other things, means घास भूस. तो जो जानवर होता है वो घास भूस खाता है. तो it is like a sign or a way to show humility that I am like an animal. So a person who keeps a straw between his teeth, who thinks of himself as a lowly person, means considering oneself as a lowly person. I have no quality. I am like an animal. I'm a lowly person, outcast person. All these things. I'm a lowly person. I do not know anything. So It's a humility of a saint, of course. Now, who is tolerant like a tree? So, Taror api sahishuna means tolerant like a tree. Taror api sahishuna, who does not strive to receive honor from others. Uh, Amani, मान की इच्छा ना करना. We have heard ना, अमानी ना मान देना. Amani, not having any desire for respect from others. And मान देना, सम्मान देना किसी को. So who gives the honor, gives honor to everyone, and who keeps the Lord holy name in his mouth has the power. Amanina Manadena Kirtaniya Sadahari. So Kirtaniya Sadahari keeps Lord Krishna's holy name in his mouth. So that person has the power to make others also chant, means fall in love with Lord Krishna. So that he's a sadhu, he's a saintly person, and he can make others also sadhu or saint. He can make others fall in love with Krishna. A person devoted to the holy name is a saintly Vaishnava. Lord Krishna's power rests in his body. This H is small. In his body means that Vaishnava's body. So a person devoted to holy name is a saintly Vaishnava, and Lord Krishna's power rests in his body. So Krishna has many potency. He has internal potency like Haladini potency, then Haladini Shakti is there, Samvit Shakti is there, and Sandhini Shakti is there. We have heard all these things. Na? Haladini means pleasure potency, Samvit means chit potency, knowledge potency, and this Sandhini means potency, eternity means potency of means anything is eternal, shashwat. So Samvit. Now, uh, Krishna's energy of bhakti. This is of two category, means Haladini Shakti is there, and knowledge potency is there, Samvit Shakti. So these two energy na, uh, these two energy reside in the body of a Vaishnava. So this is Krishna's mercy, or it's a energy. It means Krishna's energy of bhakti. Na, these two energies are there, Haladni and Samvit, and these two potencies reside in a pure Vaishnava, Haladni Shakti and Samvit Shakti. So when a person, normal person who is not a devotee, kind of, when he comes, or even of a devotee, if he comes in contact with that Vaishnava, that pure devotee, then this energy flows from the body of that Vaishnava, pure Vaishnava, to the other person who is in contact of that devotee. And when that energy flows from that devotee, and that normal or low Vaishnava accept that energy and binds that energy in his heart with proper mood and sincerity, having uh, uh, faithful mood, or you can say he's if he is serving faithfully to that pure Vaishnava, then he will be able to bind that energy in his heart, and then his faith will be boost, means his faith will boost, and he will be able to chant more attentively. He will have more attraction towards the holy name. He will feel an advancement in his bhakti. So uh, why it's happened? Because energy flows from the body of that pure Vaishnava, and this is very important. uh, we see that there are many people who come in contact with the senior devotees, or you can say pure devotees, but they did not feel any change. So the change will be there if that person, if he accept the association in with proper mood, he is having proper mood, and he's faithfully serve that pure Vaishnav, then he will be able to bind that flowing energy in his heart, and then there will be some uh, change he can feel. So this is very important. uh, that's why we used to say na, there are three potencies. We have heard this sloka in Chaitanya Charitamrita. uh, भक्त पद धूलि, भक्त पद जल, भक्त भुक्त अवशेष, ये तीनों महाबल. So Bhakta Pad Dhuli means the dust from the lotus feet of a Vaishnava. Bhakta Pad Dhuli, Bhakta Pad Jal. Bhakta, when we wash the lotus feet of a Vaishnava, so that uh, water has the potency, special potency to give bhakti to other persons. And Bhakta Bhukta Avashesh, the remnants taken by remnants of food taken by that pure Vaishnava. So these three things have potency of bhakti. So this is any person from whose mouth I once hear the holy name. So this is Haridas Thakur is telling, I once hear the holy name, I call a Vaishnava, I call him a Vaishnava. I offer respectful obeisances to him. A true Vaishnava is the spiritual master of the entire world. So a true Vaishnava is the spiritual master of the entire world. Means he is like a Jagat Guru. Uh, so we heard na this Anvai Shloka Vacho Vegam Manasa Krodha Vegam. So this a true Vaishnava, he is the spiritual master of entire world. He is the friend of entire world. A true Vaishnava is always an ocean of mercy to every spirit soul. So a true Vaishnava is always an ocean of mercy to every spirit soul. So there is a we this three qualities are there na. Means Jivdaya is also there in the heart of a true Vaishnava. So he does a Uttam Adhikari, he does not distinguish between the devotee, non-devotee, animal and other things. He everywhere he sees the Krishna's presence. So he is an ocean of mercy to every spirit soul, whether he is a animal or whether soul is in the heart of an animal or a human being. Anyone who criticizes such a Vaishnava falls into hell. There he stays birth after birth. So here it is being told about the offense. So when a Vaishnava is being criticized by anybody, so he will land in hell. Every spirit soul can attain devotional service by a Vaishnava's mercy. There is no other way to attain devotional service. So uh, we attain devotional service, or anybody attain get the devotional service na. So the only route is bhakt or a devotee. Krishna does not give bhakti to anyone. Only by the will, or only by the help, or by the uh, through the devotee only one gets the devotional service. Krishna never give devotional service. Of course, he helps in indirect way, but one gets devotional service through devotee only. Lord Krishna's power rests in the. So this is being told about the means the potency of a Vaishnava. Means only means devotee can give the bhakti. Lord Krishna's power rests in the body of such a Vaishnava. So Krishna's power means this I have discussed now, two potency, pleasure potency, and this chitta potency that reside in the body of a Vaishnava. Simply by touch of his body, others may attain devotional service. So if you see na, if you have read this Nectar of Devotion NOD, so there it is mentioned that by touching a Vaishnava's body only, we can have uh, Sukriti also. So just by touching the body of a Vaishnava, because that body is pure. Three things are very powerful. So what are these three things? The nectar that is food or drink touched by a Vaishnava's lips. So this is Bhakta Bhukta Avashesh. The water that has washed his feet. So uh, Bhakta Dhuli Bhakta Pada Jal. So and the dust has touched his feet. So these three things are very powerful, and uh, one should accept these three things in proper mood. So that mood also matter. A Vaishnava's power. So of course this was also Vaishnava's power only, potency of a Vaishnava, and this is also the same. If for a few moments one stays near a Vaishnava for a few moments, one will come into contact with Lord Krishna's power coming from that Vaishnava's body. So that from that Vaishnava's body, energy flows, and if one is in the proper mood, that person can receive that energy and can, if he is able to bind that energy in his heart, then his devotion will increase, his faith will increase. When it enters a faithful person's heart, that power makes the body tremble. It makes devotional service arise in that heart. Tremble means it is a being told that it is one of the symptoms of Ashtasattvic Vikar. But of course, on that level, it is not, one is not able to recognize that, or you can say, means, but this is just if one receives that energy, one can feel. In many pastimes of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we see na Ashtasattvic Vikara are there in the devotee's body. Trembling is also one of them. But in a neophyte, it is a rare symptom, or it is not possible. A person who faithfully stays near a Vaishnava finds that devotional service arise within his own heart. So here this is very important, faithfully stays. Uh, Otherwise, we have heard na this. There are two things to live very near to deities and to live very near to guru is very means it's dangerous also. We give example of this fire na. Nearness to fire is also very dangerous. Similarly, nearness to guru, if one is not faithful, so it is dangerous also. From the moment that from the moment Lord Krishna's holy name enters his mouth, by the holy name's power he attains all good qualities. So in due course of time, the person will attain all the good qualities. To find fault with a Vaishnava is blasphemy of a Vaishnava. So it's an offense. So here, four kinds of sadhu ninda is mentioned. We'll see what are the four kinds of sadhu ninda. Okay. So this is the four kinds of sadhu ninda, or blasphemy of a Vaishnava. So his caste by birth. His caste by birth. If a sadhu is there, and we know that by birth he is in low caste, he was born in a low caste, like we see the example of Haridas Thakur himself. uh, so Haridas Thakur was born in Mohammedan Muslim family, so by birth he is in low caste. If somebody is criticizing a Vaishnava based on his caste, so that is sadhu ninda. Second is previous sins or faults committed in this life. In this life means before becoming a Vaishnava, if a devotee has done some mischievous activity or some wrong activities, and based on that activities, recalling those activities, if we are criticizing somebody, so that is a ninda, or that is blasphemy and offense. Previous sins or faults committed in this life. Unpremeditated accidental act of sin. So unpremeditated means somebody has done some activity, some act which is sinful, but it was not planned. He has done out of habit or sanskar, but he has not planned for that act. It happened accidentally. So unpremeditated, and this is accidental. This is a momentary lapse. So, uh, like I hope you have heard that. I'm just giving an example. So once there was a group of devotees, they were going somewhere on a pilgrimage, uh, and on the way, when they stopped in between, and they put a camp for spending the night. So in the night they cooked food, prasadam and other things, and then in the night na, they were they were sleeping, and in morning when they woke up, they they were not able to find their luggage. Means there were luggage near to them, but the luggage belongs to somebody else. Means they were not able to find their own luggage. They have luggage, but their bags were interchanged kind of things. Then they looked here and there, uh, and they were confused. So then one of the devotee came in front, and he told that, please don't be anxious. This is and means all these things were done by me in the night. So then he was explaining that I was a thief before becoming a devotee. So I have this tendency to take away the bags or luggage of some means persons. This was the tendency. So in the night when that tendency was there, na, so but he did he took away the luggage, and then uh, what he means what can he do? So he took away the luggage of one person, he kept it somewhere else. He took this person's bag and kept it somewhere else. So he just interchanged that bag's position. So he was explaining that it was there in me, means it is there in me, it's a tendency, it's a habit. But there was no uh, planning to take things, means he was not having any ill motive of doing all these things. So means he that devotee, he did not plan for these things, but because of his past sanskar, he did all these things. So same thing is here, unpremeditated accidental act of sin or momentary lapses. So based on these quoting all these things, if a person is criticizing a devotee, that is also sadhu ninda. Then the fourth is slight traces of previous sinful habits. So slight traces of previous sinful habits means like traces, like somebody, uh, suppose a person used to smoke, or he used to have this what is it, tobacco. So because of having tobacco and other things in his, or supari, all these things na, in his past life, means before becoming a devotee, if he used to take na, so because of taking all these things na, there may be some sign of all these things on his teeth, means all these things. So if you are discussing with that Vaishnava, if you see that his teeth are like this, so he used to take tobacco and other things. And based on that, if you criticize a Vaishnava that you are he was like that, he was like that, he used to do all these things, so that is also a sadhu ninda, or that is also an offense. So these four things are there, uh, sadhu ninda. So criticizing a Vaishnava's birth, his previous faults, the almost completely destroyed remnant of his previous faults, means traces are there. So based on that, and his momentary lapses, means unpremeditated accidental act of sin. So four things are there. These are the uh, one can criticize based on these four things, and this is offense. A person who criticizes a Vaishnava's birth, previous faults, the almost completely destroyed remnants of his previous faults, or his momentary lapses, is a fool who will be punished by Yamraj. So that person will be punished by Yamraj. So one should be very careful. One should be punished by Yamraj means Yamraj punishes the non-devotees. So he will become non-devotee if he criticizes a Vaishnava. Here it is mentioned. One should not think that I am a devotee, I will not be handled by Yamraj. But if a devotee, even if he criticizes a Vaishnava, and if he is not being not mm, trying to change himself, he is continuing doing offenses, so then he will become non-devotee, and he will be handled by Yamaraj. Lord Krishna will not forgive anyone who criticizes a true Vaishnava in whose mouth the glories of the holy name stay. So Krishna will never forgive that person. Anyone who turning away from dharma, yoga, yajna, and the Jnana Kand, part of the Vedas, instead worships Lord Krishna's holy name, is the best of the person. So here it is being told that a devotee is the best person among all these things, dharma, yoga, jnani, yogi, or other persons. So a person who chants the holy name of the Lord is the best. Okay. Now, I think time is. A saintly person who takes shelter of the holy name does not blaspheme the demigods or scriptural other scripture. So one of the quality of the Vaishnava saintly person. A pure saintly person who takes shelter of the holy name does not blaspheme the demigods or other scriptures. So, being a Vaishnava, we should also be very careful. We should not criticize any demigods because demigods are also Vaishnava. So, if you one blaspheme the demigods or uh, do ninda for the demigods or demigod worshippers, so that is also a kind of offense to that demigod because that demigod is a Vaishnava, so it's a Vaishnava offense. So, saintly person uh, does not do all these things. Whether he be a householder or a sannyasi, I earn the to attain the dust of such a saintly person's feet. So here Das Thakur is telling that that Vaishnava, whether he is a sannyasi, householder, or anybody, means he is not doing any differentiation based on his varna and ashram. He's telling that devotee, that Vaishnava is worshipable for me, and I will take the dust of his lotus feet. A Vaishnava, a Vaishnava's level of advancement in spiritual life is determined by the extent of his attraction to the holy name. So here it is being told that advancement is not based on the number of years he has passed in Krishna consciousness movement or on what authoritative position he is there. So level of advancement is based on his attraction to the holy name, his faith in the holy name, his uh, surrender to the holy name or surrender to the supreme personality of Godhead, his guru. So advancement or level of advancement is based on all these things. His varnashram status. Varnashram status means he is a brahmachari, sannyasi, he is a grihastha, he is a means upper level varnashram status. His wealth, his learning, learning means his knowledge kind of. Wealth means how rich he is. Youthfulness, handsome features, bodily strength, or host of followers have no bearing on his spiritual status. So, spiritual status depends on how much he has attraction for the holy name. Therefore, a person who takes shelter of the holy name will avoid criticizing saintly devotee. This is his nature. A true devotee takes shelter of the holy name and engages in pure devotional service. He becomes like devotional service personified. Means devotional service personified means this is one of the quality of Uttam Vaishnava, Uttam Adhikari, that just by seeing him, one feels presence of Krishna or presence of bhakti. One feels to chant the holy name. One feels to say him Hare Krishna just by seeing him. Means uh, it's come automatically. So devotional service personified. A so-called devotee who has no devotion for the Lord is goddess, cute person or a monster. So that a person is like a monster or like a mm, means he's a like monster means he's like he is a non-devotee or he's not a good person or he's like a dushta. A person who blasphemes a saintly devotee has no status in devotional service. His offense turns him into a non-devotee. So this is very important. A person who blasphemes a saintly devotee has no status in devotional service, and his offense turns him into a non-devotee. So slowly, uh, if a person is doing offenses now, then slowly, he will lose taste for holy name, and also he will lose his faith in the holy name, his faith in the devotees. So slowly, he will become a non-devotee only. So offenses are very dangerous. We have heard this now in Chaitanya Charitamrita, mad elephant offense, Hathi Mata Aparadh. So what elephant does, he that elephant can uproot a tree from the roots. Means so uh, means from the roots the elephant can means take away this tree. So it's a very offense is like that. Means from the root your bhakti will be uh, means he will become a non-devotee. He will means he will not have any attraction for the holy name. He will not have faith in the holy name and the Lord. So offense is like very dangerous. Therefore, a true devotee should avoid criticizing saintly devotee. So one should be very careful. He should be devoted to them. Association with saintly devotee and service to them are the activities of the true religion. So all these things are there. I think I should stop now. Anybody has any question or any comment, we can discuss. Next time we'll see this bad association of the. So today we discuss mainly the potency of the or the power of a Vaishnava and the four kinds of faults a person can see in a devotee or sadhu. So mainly the two things we discussed. Hare
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you very much, Prabhuji. Today was very important discussion on power of the devotees as well
Hare
as how we should be avoiding any kind of offense, knowingly, unknowingly, directly, indirectly. So this is very important. Otherwise, we will end up becoming a materialistic person. So last time, Prabhuji, in giving reply to one of the questions, you said that there are two different things. Uh, One is being judgmental of a devotee, and other is being analytical. There is no problem in analyzing a devotee to protect ourselves, like in a sense, with whom we are going to associate, who we are going to follow. But somehow or other, the natural tendency is, uh, and this has been from uh, probably the childhood, that there is a tendency to comment on others. And even when we are reading the scripture, the mind goes, that person is like this, that person is like this. We are not thinking about ourselves. So, um, like, what should be done in a positive direction so that we can come out of this mindset?
Hmm. So it is very difficult for me, Purji, also. I'm not also, means I'm also the same person. Amuglapu used to say, uh, when you see faults in some person, na, especially some person, means somebody, some special person would be there, जिसमें हम इस तरह की चीजें देखते हैं.
जी.
No doubt is there. So we used to glorify that person in the presence of other devotees. Maybe that Vaishnava is not in front of that us, or it should be like this only. We should not glorify that devotee in front of him, but we should glorify that devotee in front of others or with some other devotee. So, and that glorification should also be very genuine. So this will help. Uh, this will help us to change our perspective to see that particular devotee. And in general, we should, uh, when we read now the glories of a devotee, and just now we see the potency of a devotee, power of a devotee. So when we read, when we contemplate on all these things now on regular basis, and we understand how much important the association of a devotee is important, how much important it is, and when we read this, how dangerous is the sadhu ninda. So all these things will help us to come out that mood. So this we can do, Guruji. And if some particular devotee is there, so means this will help us to glorify that devotee in front of others. So this is very helpful, I think.
What happens, Prabhuji? Somehow I am categorizing devotees for my own self-satisfaction, that this is a nice devotee, he is a nice devotee and all, and we should hear from him and kind of associate with him. But then another set of devotees may not be so good. And then when somehow or other, by some arrangement, when we see some fault, we kind of highlight that, my understanding is correct. And even, we don't mind even highlighting those things, what we are seeing, to other devotees, and we contemplate. So the cycle kind of is vicious. Um, yeah.
This is very dangerous, Proji. I was hearing one lecture now. So there, the devotee was mentioning that when we see fault in somebody else, or when we do some offense, when we do some offense uh, against for a Vaishnava, and later when we contemplate on that thing, so our mind, that mind gives many points that that Vaishnava has this fault, that fault, and why this comes in our mind, to prove that I did the right thing. Means I did something wrong. I did some offense, and to prove that that is okay, that is right. There is nothing wrong, and to prove that, our mind gives many negative things about that Vaishnava. So this that comes in our mind, uh, but we should not, that come automatically in our mind because of our sanskar or whatever is there. So but we should try to, we should not contemplate on that okay, that Vaishnava mm, is like that, there is fault in him, but it will come automatically because of our nature or past uh, sanskar or whatever is there. So this is very dangerous, because if we keep on doing all these things now, that yes, there is some fault in that, and we our mind try to prove that fault, putting, no, it's right, it's right, he is like that only, that only. So we should try to avoid that kind of mm, thinking. This is very dangerous. So of course this is difficult, but this is the way. Means we should try. Means,
Yeah.
yeah, other devotees can also say if some points is in their mind. So if some devotee wants to comment, so they can also.
Prabhuji, I may not be eligible to comment, but I see, as per Prabhuji, what he said. Broadly, there could be people, including myself, who sees good in others, who sees only good in others, other devotees. Nothing about our own self keeping us down. Second thing is seeing good in others and seeing good in ourselves. Third one is seeing good in ourselves, seeing bad qualities in others. So, and the last one is talking good about only others and blaspheming others. So, in the end, the last one might lead us to a place where you will see bad in everyone only. Except you, there is no person in this world is good. So we should be in the first category, is what I think, based on what Prabhuji said. But I mean, not in practice so far, but just
Nice point.
So somehow or the other, we should be avoiding, you know, being judgmental, categorization of devotees, demarcating them as such and such, you know, even by their habits or by anything. Just yeah.
Prabhuji, I have one follow-up question, Prabhuji, on the today's explanation.
Yes.
One who devoted fully to holy name of Supreme Lord Sri Krishna is pure Vaishnava, and Lord Krishna's power rest in his body. This is what you mentioned. Can you explain that one more time, Prabhuji? What does it really mean?
Lord Krishna's power means this energies. Na, we have
Hmm.
heard three kinds of energies are there:
Yes.
Hladini,
Hmm.
Samviti, Sandhini.
Hmm.
So by the will or by the mercy of Krishna, these two energies, this pleasure potency and chit potency,
Hmm.
knowledge potency, resides in the heart of the devotee or in the body of the devotee. And
Hmm.
when a person comes in nearness to that devotee, in contact to that devotee, he serves him faithfully, then that energy flows from his body to that devotee. And if that devotee is in proper mood, accept that, is able to bind that energy in his heart, then he will feel a faith, increase in his faith, and he will feel attraction towards the holy name. I hope you uh, all have experienced this thing now when you comes in a exalted contact with the exalted Vaishnava. That day you will feel that there is improvement in chanting, at least for
Yes,
that
yes.
day.
At least that was so much experience, Prabhuji. At least
So
for that day.
that day, so until we do some offense or something, if we or if you can if you are able to bind that constantly,
Hmm.
so you have, of course, you all have, I think, felt that all these things. So it's there.
Hare Krishna. Done,
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna.
Yeah, Mataji, you wanted to ask something, Chandralekha?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Pranam.
Prabhuji, my question was, but anyway, it was answered by most of our devotees. But my question was just that very simple, Prabhuji. Well, how can I take it when people, taunt me with, this is what your Krishna has taught you? Because, we will be carried away with few things, what people, like blasphemous or, do something to us, harm us, hurt us. So we react, right? We tend to react as a normal human being. So immediately, is this what your ISKCON is teaching you? Is this what your Krishna has told you? So how am I going to take it? Because that hurts more.
Uh, Roji, can you explain again the question? I'm sorry.
Actually, I am also not able to hear very clearly. I'm sorry.
Do I have to be little more louder, Prabhuji?
Little louder, little louder.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
thank you,
It's
Mataji.
just that, Prabhuji, as a very ordinary human being, I'm a fallen soul. I may do something like, so I'll be carried away with the situation that I may say something, and people will hurt us, and we may react to that, right? When people hurt us or taunt us or anything, we may react to it. When we react, what people say is like, is it not people, the people of our own who's living with us? Is this what your ISKCON has taught you? Is this what your Guruji is telling you? Prabhuji is teaching you? Is this what your Krishna has said? Your Krishna, your Prabhuji, your ISKCON is telling. So how can I take it? This is more hurtful than what they have already done.
So, of course, uh, mm, it's very means it's our uh, actually, Mataji, same thing we have to learn. What you are experiencing now, that people are doing with you. So that you can learn that the same thing you should not do with others, because they are doing So here you can learn this thing, na? Means if they are doing like this with you, so you are feeling bad. So from here we can learn that the same thing I should not do with the others at least. So uh, this this is one thing. And second, you are asking, I think, means you are asking, you feel bad, so what you can do, I think this is the
मतलब
thing.
क्या है कि प्रभु जी कि घर में प्राइमरीली
हाँ, यस यस।
किसी ने हर्ट कर दिया, मतलब कोई
हाँ,
कुछ
कोई कुछ
किया,
बोलता है तो फिर
तो अब वी लूज अवर काम एंड देन वी रिएक्ट एंड
रिजेक्ट।
तो
या
फिर वो आगे वाले आदमी बोलेंगे यार तुम्हें इस्कॉन में ये
ये
सिखाया
सिखाते हैं।
है, तो वो चीज हाउ टू
So of course, uh, our behavior or our regular things, we should be very exemplary. We should try to be very exemplary. Uh, Otherwise, of course, people will say same thing, these things. There is no doubt. But we cannot stop them saying all these things. Uh, we should uh, we should see this like Krishna is telling through them that I have to change. I have to change my nature. I should try to change, of course, because of our past habits, because of our sanskar, we are like this. Uh, and this happens with everyone, Mataji. Even if I am doing the management in temple, na, so my nature is also like this. Uh, Sometimes I scold the devotee, or so. Of course, uh, that time in raise na, we used to all do all these things because of our passion. We used to do all these things, but we can do what we can do. We can go to them later. We can ask forgiveness. Uh, we can give some gift to them. We can cook for them. So all these positive things you can do. If something is there, you can bring something for them from the temple. Means you try to serve them positively. We have to do something positive for them, uh, so that they see all these positive things also in us. So when they see positive things in us, so they will feel, yes, at least Mataji is trying. But that means Mataji, of course, she is trying, but it happens because of passion sometimes that we say something. So it's normal, but we should take in positive way. We should try to learn from this, that Krishna is telling me through them that I have to change myself more. And of course, in Krishna consciousness, we should be very exemplary. We should try at least. Uh, it is very difficult to change the nature. It's very difficult. Means very difficult to change the nature. But bhakti can do anything. So, but it's very difficult to come out of the nature. But we can mold that nature. We can engage our passion in some other way. So we should be very intelligent. You can serve them, you can cook for them, you can give some gift to them time to time. So they will see all these things also. And Pooji can guide what happens in family, other things. Of course, in our ashram, I means same thing happens, but we should do all these things in the similar way. We should give them some gifts. We should try to them serve. We should try to serve prasadam to them, whatever. So you can, of course, this is means nature. To change the nature is difficult, but if that nature is not supporting in my Krishna consciousness, then we have to be very conscious about this, cautious about this.
what I understand, what Prabhuji is helping us understand is that we can just change ourselves. Rather than going to change the world, it is better that we work on ourselves. Uh, and then by working on ourselves, they may or they may not be impressed. We should not depend on that. While we should work on our own self. And Krishna is teaching us a lesson that, today this is your limit. We have to grow further, be more tolerant, be more patient, and then, yeah. And when we are in a responsible position of a mother or even of a wife, or in a temple, then these opportunities to improve, they come multifold. There are many opportunities, and that is why it is mercy of Krishna actually who is giving this opportunity, because we are visible, we are responsible, but we are also responsible for ourselves. That is the main thing. I think so. This is what Prabhuji is saying.
Thank you, Prabhuji. This is a test of Krishna to me to check my patience and how to go forward.
Mataji, it's with everyone actually, na? Somebody is with somebody, it is more, somebody with means somebody's family is very Krishna conscious. He is getting good environment, but somebody is not getting good environment. So
When they point about it is your nature is way, and immediately is this your Krishna has taught you? That is, that is hitting more. Because more you treat people well and you become more naive and more patient, and taunting is getting more and more. So maybe Krishna is testing me. He's directing me to something else. Maybe.
Sometimes Mataji, if it is not so serious now, means the situation is not so serious. So Amoglapu used to say that we should take them lightly. We should take them in joking way. Yes, my Krishna is like this. But what about you? So you can change the situation in a joking also mode, means it depend on you how you handle that situation. So means of course that also you can do, seeing the of course the relation, how what kind of a relation you have with that person. So all these things can be done.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you.
हरे कृष्ण।
Hare Krishna, Sudhan Prabhuji. पूछ।
मेरा एक प्रश्न था, ये हिंदी में मैं पढ़ रहा हूँ एक्चुअली। तो ये जो 58 59 में लिखा हुआ है, जो व्यक्ति एक वैष्णव के जन्म पूर्व दोषों को लगभग पूरी तरह से नष्ट हो चुके, मतलब लगभग पूरी तरह से नष्ट हो चुके उसके पूर्व दोषों के अवशेष ही या उसके द्वारा क्षण भर के लिए त्रुटि हो जाने के कारण उत्पन्न हुए दोषों की निंदा करता है। मतलब उसके जो जो दोष है वो नष्ट हो चुके हैं। मतलब वो, आपको आवाज आ रही है प्रभु मेरी? हरि बोल।
थोड़ा इट्स नॉट, ये क्लियर नहीं आ रहा प्रभु, थोड़ा सा 68
आ रही क्या प्रभु?
वर्स नंबर कौन सा है? वर्स नंबर कौन सा है प्रभु जी?
मैं कह रहा था, इसमें लिखा हिंदी में लगभग पूरी तरह से नष्ट हो चुके उसके पूर्व दोषों के अवशेष। मतलब वो जो जो ये पायरों में अभी जो मतलब डिस्क्रिप्शन चल रहा है या जो डिस्कस चल रहा है, तो ये जो दोष नष्ट हो चुके हैं, तो वो व्यक्ति मतलब वो दीक्षित है या उसकी दीक्षा नहीं हुई है, वो उत्तम अधिकारी है या वो सन्यासी है। मतलब इससे मतलब कोई इस लाइन से कोई इस तरह का निष्कर्ष निकाला जा सकता है, या मतलब इसमें बताया जा रहा है कि वो व्यक्ति मतलब जो चर्चा जिस व्यक्ति के बारे में चल रही है, इसमें लिखा ना कि लगभग पूरी तरह से नष्ट हो चुके उसके पूर्व दोषों के अवशेष की या उसके द्वारा क्षण भर के लिए त्रुटि हो जाने के कारण उत्पन्न हुई दोषों की निंदा करता है। मतलब ये जो नष्ट हो चुके हैं, मतलब कि वो जो जो व्यक्ति है वो उसके जो दोष है वो नष्ट हो चुके हैं, वो मतलब उसका स्तर क्या है, मतलब वो किस किस व्यक्ति के बारे में फिर चर्चा हो रही है जब उसके दोष नष्ट हो चुके हैं लगभग पूरी तरह से। आप इंग्लिश में पढ़िए, शायद उसमें कुछ और लिखा हो, शायद 58 59 में। हरि बोल।
यस।
प्रभु जी का जो प्रश्न है वो किस वर्ष से है प्रभु जी?
58 59 प्रभु जी।
अच्छा।
Four kinds of Vaishnavas are, means four kinds of one can see the fault based on these four kinds, na? Previous faults means
ऑलमोस्ट कंप्लीटली डिस्ट्रॉयड, ऑलमोस्ट कंप्लीटली डिस्ट्रॉयड, मतलब ऑलमोस्ट कंप्लीटली डिस्ट्रॉयड हो चुका है सब कुछ। तो वो व्यक्ति का क्या, वो नियोफाइट डिवोटी है या मध्यम अधिकारी है या फिर उत्तम अधिकारी है वो, या फिर वो किस लेवल का है, तो उसके बारे में इधर चर्चा हो रही है। मतलब इससे कुछ निष्कर्ष निकाला जा सकता है, या मतलब मैं सोच रहा हूँ, मेरा मन ही सोच रहा है ऐसा, मतलब
Is, this is one of the point, Prabhuji, based on this point. If somebody is criticizing, means the almost completely destroyed remnants of his previous faults. He has, means in previous life he was having some, so that devotee can be uh, that I cannot say that he is a Uttam Adhikari or a Madhyam Adhikari or a Kanistha, but offense for anybody, means Haridas Thakur is telling, if a person is chanting only once only he is chanting holy name, he is considering him a Vaishnava. So if any person, if he is doing offense to that person even who has chanted once or something, so that is also considered it a Vaishnava or Vaishnava Aparadh. Or this is also there, na Pooji, Jeev Aparadh is there. If that person becomes a Vaishnava in future, then also there will be Aparadh. We see example of in the pastime of Dhuru Maharaj, na, her mother, his mother was there, Suruchi. So later she got punishment for that Aparadh she did for Dhru Maharaj. But here I cannot say that almost completely destroyed the person who has, there is no, means all the faults are destroyed completely. So he is a Uttam Adhikari or a, I cannot say, means, and how it is
ये
matter,
इसमें
how it's matter to you, I am not able to, means, let who is there.
इसमें लिखा ऑलमोस्ट कंप्लीटली डिस्ट्रॉयड।
Yeah. So destroyed or not destroyed, means almost completely destroyed. He may be on the level of Nishtha, Ruchi, Asakti.
हाँ प्रभु जी, एक और प्रश्न है, जो एक वो पिछली बार भी था, वो तीन चार चीजें, जो एक मरकट दराज और उसमें दोष है कुछ, जो इधर है 42, इसी में 34 में था जो, और एक 28 में था। मैंने जो समय प्रश्न पूछ रहा था वो पिछली बार 34, 28, 34, और एक प्रश्न जो भागवतम में बोलते हैं बगला भगत, भक्त तो उसमें भी लगा है पर वो बगला भगत होता है। तो इन तीनों में कैसे डिफरेंशिएट किया जाए, समझा जाए कि मतलब अ, अ, और एक चौथा, एक मन में ये भी आता है गुरु जी की, अभी अभी बैठे बैठे पिछली बार भी आया था कि चेतन महाप्रभु के साथ वो छोटा हरिदास थे, जिनको उनके संघ से बाहर कर दिया गया था, तो वो किस कैटेगरी में आते हैं, जिनको खुद महाप्रभु ने अलग कर दिया उनको, मतलब वो एक एग्जाम्पल आता ना, कोई भक्त थे जिनको अलग कर दिया था,
मुकुंद।
मतलब तो उनके क्या वो चीज थी, और मतलब शास्त्रों के अकॉर्डिंगली, या फिर हमें इस तरह से समझना चाहिए कि जो सीनियर मोस्ट डिवोटीज हैं, या जो मतलब टॉप मोस्ट डिवोटी हैं, दे कैन डू दिस, मतलब और स्वयं भगवान कर सकते हैं, या मतलब हमें कहीं किसी तरीके से, मैंने पिछली बार भी पूछा था कि हमें उनके लिए क्या करना चाहिए जो इस तरह की परिस्थिति में है। और कई बार वो क्या होता है, वो जानते हैं कि दूसरों की उसकी उनके अच्छेपन का आते हैं, फिर लोग, कुछ लोग भक्त बन के दूसरे भक्तों का फायदा उठाते हैं, फिर ये तो वैष्णव निंदा करेगा नहीं, ये मेरे लिए कुछ बोलेगा नहीं, किसी को कुछ नहीं करेगा, उससे वो फायदा उठाने लगते हैं लोग।
You can try to avoid those devotees. You can try to uh,
वो
don't
आपने बताया था प्लीज,
don't
फिर
associate with them. So this is the, I'm not
पर
telling
क्या होता है, वो
to
कहीं ना कहीं सिस्टम में रहते हैं प्रभु जी वो। और
let them be in system, na Prabhu. Uh,
और
we should see
फिर वो
ourselves.
वो जो सिस्टम है, फिर वो दूसरों को जब सामने आता है, दूसरे जो नॉर्मल डिवोटीज हैं या जिन्होंने माला शुरू की है या कुछ भी किया है, बिकॉज ऑफ देम देयर डिवोशन खराब होता है। मतलब मैं अपनी अपने जीवन में भी देख चुका हूँ, मतलब जीवन तो उदाहरण की, लोग 16-16 माला करने, पूरी फैमिली करने लगी, और किसी भक्त के कारण पूरा स्कॉन को डिफेम मिला, और अ, मतलब उनको फिर उस जगह से
सुतान
हटाया
प्रभु,
गया।
सुतान प्रभु,
हाँ
प्रभु जी एक्चुअली ये कह रहे हैं कि देखो, इसमें दो चीज की रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी, दो चीज होती है। आपको आपको किसी में दोष देखना का अधिकार, जैसे आप महाप्रभु का कह रहे हैं ना, तो हाँ, दोष देखने का अधिकार भी दिया जाता है, लेकिन वो अधिकार दो स्थितियों में दिया जाता है। या तो आपको किसी अधिकारी ने एक मैनेजमेंट की पोजीशन दी हो, और दूसरा तब दिया जाता है या आपको उस व्यक्ति ने, उस भक्त ने आपको अधिकार दिया हो, क्योंकि आप उनके आप दोस्त हैं, आप उनके रिलेटिव है, कुछ भी, उस भक्त ने अधिकार दिया हो, तो आप उनकी मदद करने के लिए आप उनमें दोष देख सकते हो और उनको फिर बता सकते हो कि आप ऐसे सुधार सकते हो। बाकी देखो सुल्तान प्रभु जी, हमें ये समझना चाहिए कि जो भी हम यहाँ पर पढ़ रहे हैं वो मेरे लिए है। मैं
जी
इसके आधार पे दूसरों को नहीं देखूं, मैं इसके आधार पे अपने आप को देखूं, और मैं ये सब दोष अपने में देख रहा हूं और मेरे को क्या सुधारना है ये मैं देख रहा हूं। हमें इसके आधार पे हमें ये नहीं देखना दूसरे। और बाकी और भक्तों में हमें धीरे धीरे ये प्रयास करना है कि हमें कैसे उनमें अच्छे गुण देखने हैं। प्रभु जी बार बार यही तो प्रश्न किया था मैंने कि हम लोगों को क्या करना है, तो प्रभु जी ने समझाया था। मैं प्रभु जी से निवेदन करूंगा और इसके बारे में थोड़ा सा
No,
बोलना।
but I think this is okay. We are not in the, if we are not in the authoritative position, we are not in the management, we should not look all these things. And those who are in authoritative position, we can go to them, we can share our thought with them, but uh, let them do, means authority should take the decision. We cannot, means it's not our right, or you can say we should not indulge in all these things because we are not in the authoritative position. So all these things are there, Bhuji. Let authority will decide ना किसको इस्कॉन में रखना है, कौन क्या डिस्टरबेंस कर रहा है। Means if I'm not responsible for this thing, so why I'm looking for all these things? Otherwise there are so many things are there ना Bhuji।
हाँ हाँ,
अगर
ठीक है प्रभु जी, कुछ
मैं ये सब चीज़ें करने में लग गया तो मैं अपनी भक्ति का, दैट इज नॉट माई
हाँ
सर्विस। अदर सर्विसेज आर देयर फॉर मी। व्हेन दिस विल बी माई, मीन्स जब ये मेरी सेवा बनेगी, मैं उस पोजीशन में होऊंगा, देन आई विल थिंक अबाउट ऑल दिस थिंग्स। उसकी वजह से मुझे ज़्यादा परेशान होने की ज़रूरत नहीं है। अदरवाइज हम भक्ति नहीं कर पाएंगे, हम यही सब सोचते रहेंगे ये ऐसा है वो वैसा है।
नहीं, प्रभु जी, मैं तो सिंपल इस तरीके से बोल रहा था कि एक्चुअली जहाँ मैं हूँ उधर भी कोई सिस्टम नहीं है इस फोन का बहुत अच्छा। इनिशियल फेजेस में है, और वो मतलब उस तरह के फेजेस, मतलब जब मैं 2002 में स्टोन दिल्ली आया था गढ़ी में, तो काफी देखा, बेसिस में रहा भी हूँ मैं, मतलब अकेला रहा हूँ बेस में। वो
हम्म।
क्या नाम है, अजय मकेशपू और वो प्रभु जी थे,
जी 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 जी।
दोनों लोग उनके अंडर, मतलब वो बेसिस शुरू से मैं रहा हूँ, मैंने देखा है। लेकिन प्रभु जी, मैं तो कभी इधर, मतलब जिस चीज भी इधर घटित हो रही है वो बिकॉज ऑफ स्टोन, मतलब मैं सोच रहा था। और मेरा कोई उनसे, मैंने आज तक किसी को पर्सनली किसी को कुछ ऐसा बोला नहीं, पर वो ऐसा होता है कि मतलब उनके लिए क्या कर सकते हैं, कैसे कर सकते हैं, कि वो
यू
भी
कैन यू कैन
मतलब।
शेयर विद अथॉरिटीज योर थॉट्स एंड लेट देम डिसाइड। We do not know what is going on the authoritative level na. There are many things, sometimes it's there Puji, we do not know on the means in lower position we do not know, means to run
और सबसे
something।
बड़ी चीज प्रभु जी आती है कि वो इस्कॉन को मतलब भगवान के आंदोलन को, चेतन महाप्रभु प्रभुपाद के आंदोलन को वो क्षति पहुंचती है। तो अब मैं उनसे बिना में निवेदन करता हूँ, कोई भी भक्त मुझे टकराता है या मैं मिलता है और कभी जाता हूँ जिससे, तो मैं उनसे निवेदन करता हूँ कि भगवान के आंदोलन को बचाइएगा प्रभु जी, बस प्लीज।
ठीक
मैंने
है,
अभी वृंदावन से कुछ इस
that
तरीके
is
से
in,
ही बोल पाता हूँ मैं सिर्फ उनको।
yes yes yes,
बाकी
that is
किसी
in
के लिए
your
मैंने
hand,
कुछ,
so you do। आपके हाथ में वो है, आप वो करिए, भगवान से प्रार्थना करिए, भक्तों से प्रार्थना करिए, अब उससे
तो
ज्यादा क्या।
मतलब मेरा मतलब है कि मोर प्रैक्टिकली कुछ चीजें गाइडेंस मिलता है आपके थ्रू या किसी तरीके से, मतलब तो मतलब मैं शायद उनको कन्वे कर पाता या उस सिस्टम को कन्वे कर पाता जो सिस्टम इधर चल रहा है। बाकी मैं एक्चुअली इधर ऐसा था कि मुझे भी पहले भाई इधर छतरपुर छोटी सी जगह है बहुत, श्री गौरव को पता है, इधर कुछ भी नहीं है वैसा। तो अकेला हूँ इधर और ऐसा कुछ है नहीं। और लोग कंप्लेन, मैं भी तिलक लगाता हूँ जैसे, तो दिन में भी लगा रहता हूँ, दिन भर तिलक लगा रहता हूँ, तो लोग इस्कॉन को ये मान के कि मैं इस्कॉन से
सुल्तान
बिलोंग नहीं
प्रभु,
है। हाँ
मैं आपको पद्मनाभ स्वरूप प्रभु जी का नंबर भेज दूंगा। आप
जी जी
उनसे थोड़ा विस्तार में उनसे समय लेके उनसे चर्चा कर सकते हैं। पहले उनसे टाइम ले लीजिएगा कि प्रभु जी कौन सा समय ठीक है, मैं आपको कॉल कर सकता हूँ, क्योंकि प्रभु जी व्यस्त रहते हैं।
ठीक है, मुझे बातचीत कर दीजिएगा प्रभु
तो वो अच्छा रहेगा बजाय कि इस फोरम में ये सब डिस्कस करने के। तो
जी।
उसमें
ठीक
आप
है
ये सब डिस्कस कर सकते हैं ना।
ठीक है। और प्रभु
समय
जी
ले
जो,
लीजिएगा, मैं नंबर दे दूंगा, लेकिन पहले प्रभु जी से समय लीजिएगा, है ना।
ठीक है ठीक है, प्रभु जी जो प्रश्न था जो मैंने बोला था इसी में, इसी से संबंधित, कि वो जो 3 तरह के
हाँ
बुरे कार्य
सुल्तान
करने वाले
प्रभु,
हाँ
मैं
आप
आपसे यही निवेदन कर रहा हूँ कि इस सेशन को अभी खत्म करते हैं, है ना। ये आप पूरी चर्चा बहुत आराम से कर लेना, प्रभु जी से थोड़ा समय ले लेना, कि कब कर सकते हैं। और इधर भक्ति विनोद ठाकुर का यही पॉइंट है कि हम सब अपने आप को सुधारें, ये हमारा प्रयास होना चाहिए। यही एक्चुअली हमें शिक्षा मिल रही है अभी यहाँ पर। लेकिन हाँ, अगर कोई और चीज़ें हैं जो वो हैं, तो अपन व्यक्तिगत रूप से अगर चर्चा करेंगे तो अच्छा रहेगा,
ठीक है प्रभु।
है ना। ठीक है।
हाँ प्रभु।
थैंक यू
ठीक
वेरी
है
मच, थैंक
वेरी
यू,
गुड
थैंक्स ऑल ऑफ
थैंक
यू, थैंक यू वेरी मच। इस ग्रेस पद्मनाभ स्वरूप प्रभु जी की जय, श्री प्रभुपाद की जय। थैंक यू।
हरे कृष्णा, दंडवत प्रणाम प्रभु जी।
धन्यवाद।
हरे कृष्णा, दंडवत प्रणाम प्रभुजी।
हाँ।